Chapter 6 Season 3 Super is officially over, and with Season 4 coming out probably today if you're watching this video, I wanted to take a look back at this season and talk about why I think it's one of Fortnite's best seasons and why I love it so much, because I haven't had this much fun on the game in years. I feel like I say this every couple of seasons, like, oh, this is the most fun I've had on the game in years, and then I look back on the season more and more and I'm just like, okay, yeah, it was a fun season, but to say it was the best in years is honestly pushing it. But I can only think of a couple of flaws with this season that bring it down for me, but other than that, I think it's a really, really good season. Let's waste no time and just get right into it. For starters, this loot pool is fantastic for a few reasons. The AR selection is insane. We have the Spire Rifle and the Fury Assault Rifle, which are really good. The Spire Rifle is only just a little bit better than the Fury Assault Rifle, and because of that, it doesn't really matter which AR you pick up. As long as you pick up the one that suits your playstyle, you have a solid chance at winning. There are no real guns in this loot pool that I would consider to be overpowered. Keyword guns. We'll get into items later. While a part of me does miss the blaster gameplay from Galactic Battle, yes, I actually like that season, fight me on that, I still think the gunplay this season was incredibly good, especially with the new kill switch revolvers. When you shoot with these things, they activate slow-mo, so you can just shoot through the air and you feel like you're straight out of a Matrix movie. It feels super satisfying to pull off, and you can have an even better chance at hitting your enemies. However, it's also a high risk because you are frozen still in the air. People can easily shoot you. I wouldn't necessarily call these things broken because they're just pretty good. One of my biggest complaints from Galactic Battle was there was not enough mobility in that season. You had the TIE Fighters and the X-Wings and like shockwaves, and that was it basically. However, this season we got so much mobility. We got the base boost, which is basically something you can just use to like shoot some shockwaves and it'll bounce you upwards, and it is insane for mobility. We also have this light cube that basically activates some like hovering flight powers. It feels very good to use, and we have like this raven bird sort of thing. I don't know what it's called. Once you activate it, you can fly around for like 5 seconds and you can use it to like position yourself in a good place, and also you're immune to any damage within those 5 seconds. Now, it can be a bit annoying when someone uses it in the middle of a fight and they just like fly away, and so you have to chase after them again just to get the kill. But still, I'm happy that Fortnite upped the mobility this season. I think the mobility was fantastic. While we're on the topic of items, let's talk about the superpowers. I mean, the season is named Super. It would be a shame if there were no superpowers. We basically had every single battle pass skin get a power except for Ziggy. Free my boy Ziggy, give him a superpower. Kill Switch got the Kill Switch revolvers. I mean, those aren't really a superpower, but like, you know. I've talked about the base boost and the light cube and the mist gauntlet things, but I haven't talked about the mist gauntlet things. But now you can use it to use the Wanda power from Marvel Rivals. I remember when the season first came out, people were saying it was absolutely busted, and yeah, I honestly think people were just overreacting. Guys, like, let's be real here. It's not that bad. And then a lot of people said it was just straight up bad, which, like, no, it's not. It's really good. You just need to know how to use it right. This thing isn't made for long-range combat. It's made for close encounters. And yes, again, it is high risk, high reward, because you're just staying out there in the open with little to no movement, but you do drain your enemy's health pretty quickly. We also have the Storm Beast pom-poms. Jesus Christ. This is the one thing that I absolutely hated about this season. This thing was so annoying to fight against. And it's not necessarily because this thing was super overpowered. It was just the fact that people spammed the hell out of it. People would be on super low health, and then all of a sudden, boom, they turn into the Storm Beast, and now they're this indestructible killing machine. And then you have to run away. And even after you finished fighting their Storm Beast form, they would just run away after you got killed. It was just so annoying. I hated this thing. I was so glad when it got vaulted for like a week or two, and then they just brought it back, and then I was sad. Also, there was the Superman Mythic. Now, I personally didn't get the chance to use this thing. I've heard a lot of people say that it was super weak and that it didn't really do a lot of damage and you could get shot down super easily. I didn't get to use it, so I can't really give my personal opinion, but from what I've seen online, It did look a little bit underpowered for something like a Superman mythic, but I didn't necessarily think it was a bad mythic. And I can guarantee you, if this thing was super overpowered and absolutely broken like a lot of people wanted it to be, people would be complaining about it. Anyways, now let's talk about the map. We only got 3 new POIs this season, but they were some damn good POIs. Utopia City was my personal favorite. I'm an absolute sucker for city POIs. Mega City is my favorite POI of all time, so this POI really did it for me. Supernova Academy was also pretty cool. I liked the idea of an academy that was made for the superhero skins in the battle pass after they got their superpowers. I think that's really charming, and also having those bunkers that you could go into and get better and better loot depending on your hero rank, which I'll talk about later. Demon's Dojo was honestly my least favorite, and I thought this POI was just fine at best. I thought it was a pretty cool, like, design for a POI, just navigating it felt really clunky, especially in zero build. Like, if you came across a wall, you had to go up all of the stairs, there were no zip lines or anything, you just had to walk around aimlessly, and then you get slide kicked off by a superhero skin, and it was just annoying. Again, love the aesthetic and the design of the POI, but it was just eh. There was also a live event there where Superman just decided to show up, aura farm for a couple seconds, and then cause the bug invasion. So, thanks for nothing, I guess. There's a star map! There were also like these pod bunker things that would appear around the map where, depending on your hero rank, you could go in and get better loot. It was similar to the Supernova Academy, but just a little bit different with a little bit better loot. It reminded me a lot of the mod benches from Chapter 5 Season 2, where you went in and you could customize your weapons and stuff, but instead of that, you could just get in and get some better loot depending on your hero rank. I thought it was a pretty good feature. But now, let's talk about the hero rank. Holy crap, I love this feature so much. Seriously, Fortnite needs to make this like a permanent part of the game. Change the name to like battle rank or something and just keep it in. Please, I am begging you. Depending on how many kills you got, how many storm circles you survived, how many chests you opened, how many little extra things you did, your rank could increase from C to B all the way up to S+. Whenever your rank increased, you would get a little bit of siphon, you could open chests that would be locked behind a certain rank, and you could also get little bonuses like extra boons, and some of your boons would even get power-ups if you reached S+. The reason I like this feature so much is because it actually rewards good players. If there's someone who just walks around and runs away from every fight, they're going to be at a serious disadvantage in endgame compared to someone who actively decides to engage with fights. For example, if you go around killing nobody for the entire game, at the end, in the final 2, you would probably be at like A rank or high B rank, but if you go around and get a bunch of kills, you could easily get to S or S+, and you would have all of the boons and some super powered boons compared to someone who just walked around aimlessly the entire game. It rewards good players, and I love it. Overall, the rating I would probably give this season is a solid 9.5 out of 10. Call it glaze all you want, but I love this season so much. Is it perfect? No, not by any means. It had its flaws, but for what it was able to do and the clear direction that it had in this season, it's easily my new favorite in the chapter, and honestly, I'm considering putting it in my top 5. Chapter 6 has been amazing so far, and I am really looking forward to the future of Fortnite. Season 4 looks amazing, and I am so excited for it. But yeah, you reached the end of the video. If you enjoyed, feel free to leave a like, and if you want to see more content like this, please subscribe. If I get to 20k by 2026, I'll get a low taper fade. Also, be sure to use code LilSmurf in the Fortnite item shop if you're planning on getting a skin or even the new Season 4 Battle Pass. Wink wink, use my code. You guys are awesome. That's all I really wanted to say. With that being said, I'll catch you guys in the next one. Peace out. And I know you said not to call you girl, but I miss you. And I know I could see you one more time, cause I miss you. Bum 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 ba-dum. Ring 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 ring. Pick up the phone. Ring ring ring